Hello there. Really glad to have you here with us today, and we have a very interesting show on the honors of the United States Merchant Marine. So let's go take a look. Hello and welcome to Veterans Medals Workshop. I'm your host, Frank Foster, and we're proud to be sponsored by Medals of America and, of course, by Medals of America Press. And today we have a very interesting show. We're going to talk about something that 99% of all Americans don't know a thing about. We're going to talk about the decorations and medals of the United States Merchant Marine. And you say, whoa, why are we talking about decorations and medals for the Merchant Marine? Don't they carry in peacetime cargo and passengers? You're right, the Merchant Marine is normally a peacetime operation. But in war, it falls underneath the Navy and carries all of its supplies and passengers or members of the armed forces to where they're going and provides the support for the war there. And you will be amazed at what they did in World War II and the casualties that they took. 1 in 26 merchant sailors was either killed or wounded in action. They had the highest per capita loss of any of the branches of the armed forces. Of the 256,000 merchant marine sailors in World War II, over 8,000 were killed and over 11,000 wounded and over 600 taken prisoner. And I'll show you a few excerpts of what was going on in the Atlantic. So the merchant marine at that time came up with their own set of decorations and service medals. Most of the service medals didn't come on the scene till after the war. So let me walk you through the incredible decorations and medals of the United States Merchant Marine. The best way to start is with an overview of the United States Merchant Marine decorations and medals ribbons. And we'll begin with the Distinguished Service Medal ribbon, then the Meritorious Service Medal ribbon, the Mariner's Medal ribbon, the Gallant Ship Citation ribbon is next, and that is followed by the Merchant Marine Combat Bar on the right, there it is, and then the Prisoner of War ribbon, which was issued to over 600 mariners, the Mediterranean Middle East War Zone Medal, and that is followed by the Merchant Marine Defense Medal ribbon and the Pacific War Zone Medal and the Atlantic War Zone Medal, the Victory Medal, the Korean Service Medal, you guessed this one, the Vietnam Service Medal, and the now used Merchant Marine Expeditionary Award, the Philippine Defense Medal, and the Philippine Liberation Award, and a Soviet Commendation Medal. So now let's take a look at the medals. Since the Merchant Marine is a government agency and not a part of the uniformed services, in 1943 Congress came up with an award called the Distinguished Service Medal for Heroism Beyond the Call of Duty. And the medal hangs from a red, white, and blue ribbon and is suspended from a square eagle and anchor device and has a silver 8-pointed ball-tip star superimposed over a gold compass. I think there were less than 150 of them awarded during World War II, and on eBay now you can see them for sale if you can find one, because very few have ever been made for over $1,200. Let me show you the back of the medal. It reads United States Merchant Marine Distinguished Service. There's not a place for the recipient's name to be, but only 150 or so have ever been awarded. It is such a prestigious award that it is normally presented by the President of the United States, and this display case shows you the hand-signed citation that went to the awardee. The second highest decoration for the Merchant Marine is the Meritorious Service Medal, which was instituted in 1944. And it's probably been awarded less than 500 times all the way through the Korean War. And you can see it's a very handsome award of an eagle on an anchor. Third decoration of the Merchant Marine is the Mariner's Medal, which was instituted in 1943 for award to all members of the Merchant Marine who were wounded or killed in action. There were over 8,000 merchant mariners killed in action and 12,000 wounded, and this was the medal awarded in lieu of the Purple Heart. Today, it's really difficult to imagine the bravery of the merchant marine sailors who went back to sea when they were losing 33 ships a week, or over 1,000 ships a year transporting goods overseas. Looking at the back of these three personal decorations, you can see that only the Meritorious Service Medal had a place to engrave a recipient's name. The fourth and final personal decoration for the Merchant Marine is the Merchant Marine Achievement Medal, as shown here. So the four personal decorations for the Merchant Marine are the Merchant Marine Distinguished Service Medal, the Merchant Marine Meritorious Service Medal, the Merchant Marine Mariner's Medal, and the Merchant Marine Achievement Medal. Merchant Marine ships were manned by civilian volunteers with the United States Merchant Marine, hauling vital war cargo for the Allies. Merchant mariners were the supply line that provided virtually everything Allied armies needed in order to survive and to fight on foreign battlefields. Merchant Marine has two ribbon-only awards, the Gallant Ship Unit Citation for a ship that is cited for gallantry in action during enemy attack, and there were less than 10 of these awarded in World War II and less than 30 known to date. The Merchant Marine Combat Bar was awarded to any member of the Merchant Marine that was on a vessel that underwent an enemy attack during World War II, and over 100,000 Merchant Marine sailors were authorized this award, some with multiple silver stars on the Combat Action Bar. In the Atlantic, the Merchant Marine suffered heavy losses from German U-boats, Wolfpacks, and long-range Condor bombers. In fact, the United States Merchant Marine suffered the highest casualty rate of any service in World War II. Officially, a total of over 1,500 ships were sunk due to wartime conditions, including over 700 ships of 1,000 gross tons. The Merchant Marine was almost, during 1942 and 43, losing more ships than the shipyards could build. But many sailors went back to sea even after their ships were sunk and they were rescued. The basic service medals for the Merchant Marine in World War II were the Merchant Marine Defense Medal, which was authorized service between 8 September 1939 and the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on 7 December 1941. The Atlantic War Zone Medal was awarded for service in North and South Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, the Barents Sea, and the Greenland Seas, and over 230,000 mariners received that medal. The Mediterranean Middle East War Zone Bar, or medal, was awarded for service in the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Arabian Sea, and the Indian Ocean, and over 150,000 of those medals were awarded. The Pacific War Zone was for, as you figured, from the North and the South Pacific, and was awarded to over 180,000 mariners during World War II. The Merchant Marine World War II Victory Medal was authorized to every member of the Merchant Marine that served from 7 December 1941 to the conclusion of the war in late 45. In some cases, the Merchant Marines received two medals for what the Armed Forces only received one. For example, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marine Corps only received one medal for service in the European, African, Middle East campaign. The Merchant Marine Korean Service Medal was designed to recognize service by officers and crew members on merchant marine ships operating in Korean waters between June 1950 and September 1953. There were approximately 2,000 of these medals authorized. The Merchant Marine was authorized the Vietnam Service Medal in 1965, and it was issued to members of the Merchant Marines who operated in Vietnamese waters between July 1965 and August of 1973. Approximately 5,000 of these medals were authorized. Since 1988, Congress has authorized the award of the Mariner's Expeditionary Medal to all members of the Merchant Marine who served in Operation Desert Storm or in support of Afghanistan, Iraq, or the global war on terror. Today we hope that many members of the Merchant Marine and their families will proudly display the awards they have been authorized and have earned supporting the troops in both World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the liberation of Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan, and the global war on terror.
Thank you for joining us today for our show on the Decorations and Medals of the United States Merchant Marine. I bet you were as surprised and as impressed as I was when I was doing the research on what these decorations and medals were designed to achieve and to reward the Merchant Marine sailors of the United States. As always, the information came from one of our books, in this particular case, Military Medals of America, available for you on Amazon or at Medals of America Press. Once again, thank you for joining us. Oh, and if you enjoyed the show, please give us a like and even better, subscribe. All right, see you next time.